Alright guys, you've waited and I've delivered. Here it is, the official Fire Shadow Smash Bros. Melee guide. Okay, there's probably a bunch of other videos on the internet about this, but this will be an in-depth guide on how I interpret advanced techniques for Super Smash Bros. Melee. There are two techniques that I believe any player should learn right off the bat, and those are L canceling and wave dashing. But before we get into that, we need to make sure you know a few other things first, so we'll save that for another time. You should know what all the buttons do on the controller. If not, I'll go through it. I'll tell you what they can do. The first topic of the video, which is just regular movement, what all the different buttons do, is by no means advanced, but I just hope I help everyone out. That's my intention. Now right off the bat, before you do anything, you should pick someone you'll main or primarily use. I highly recommend using a character from the top 8 on the tier list, and those are Captain Falcon, Marth, Fox, Falco, Jigglypuff, Peach, Ice Climbers, and Sheep. These are really the only characters you'll ever see in a tournament, with the exception of players who specialize in lower tier characters such as Amza, he mains Yoshi, and Bizarro Flame, who mains Ganon. Although Bizarro is retired now. He's an incredible player, it's really cool, but anyways, let's get back on topic. If you're following what I say as you watch, I recommend using Marth. He's a very good character to learn the basics of Melee with. Firstly, you move with the left stick. You can walk by slightly moving the stick, or dash by slamming the stick in left or right. I'll let Peppy handle this next one.
Press up, X, or Y to jump.
Peppy is right, but you should be pressing X or Y to jump, not the stick. We'll talk about Y later. You can shield by pressing L or R, and you can change the level of the shield by slightly pressing down on the triggers. This is called light shielding. While shielding, you can also roll by moving left or right, or spot dodge by moving down. Next, we'll talk about ground attacks. While grounded, pressing A with a neutral position on the left stick will make you perform a jab. Some characters have jab combos where they will continuously hit if you keep pressing the button. You can also perform tilts by slightly moving the stick in a direction and pressing A. Just make sure that you don't press them exactly at the same time, otherwise you'll do a smash attack. First, the easiest is a down tilt. You can move the stick as far down as you want and then press A. Then the forward tilt. Slightly move the left stick forward so you don't dash and then press A. Some characters like Falcon or Fox can angle their forward tilt slightly up or down by moving the stick slightly up or down while still forward. Now is the most difficult tilt in my opinion, the up tilt. The hard part about this tilt is making it so that you don't jump. You just need to barely move the stick up. It will take practice, but eventually it will become second nature. One tip is that your jump can be buffered. Say you do a jab, and then you hold up on the stick while your character is performing the jab animation. Once he finishes, he won't jump, so you can just press A and you'll do the tilt. That's it for tilts. Now for smash attacks. There are 3 smashes, up, forward, and down. They can be done by slamming or smashing the stick in any of the 4 basic directions and pressing A at the same time. You can also charge it by holding A and letting go at any time. You can perform quick smash attacks that are uncharged by moving the C stick in any of the 4 basic directions. You can do a dash attack by pressing A while dashing. You can grab with Z while standing or running and then throw the opponent in one of 4 directions. You can even press Z or A to pummel them before you throw them, or just pummel them. And then the B button is special moves. Each character has 4 directional specials, up, down, forward, and neutral. All of these moves can be done in the air and sometimes do different things than what they do on the ground. One tip is that up B is usually a recovery move that helps all characters get back on stage. Sorry Jigglypuff, not you. Now for aerial attacks. Each character has 5 aerial attacks. A neutral air or a nair, back air or a bear, down air or dare, forward air or fair, and up air or U air. These moves can be performed by pressing a direction on the left stick and A, or by flicking the C stick in the corresponding direction. Although a neutral air cannot be performed with the C stick, since the C stick only has directional inputs, you have to press A with no directional inputs to perform the nair. These are all the basic controls for Melee, although they can be manipulated to do way much more advanced techniques, like jump canceling, wave dashing, and the list goes on and on. Now that we know what all the basic controls are, let's get a little more advanced. There are 3 techniques that I believe any newcomer should learn right off the bat. These are L canceling, short hopping / fast falling, and wave dashing. It might sound hard, but it's really not. First off, we'll talk about short hopping and fast falling. This is a regular jump, and this is a short hop. I'm guessing if you've ever played this game before, you know what a fast fall is. This is regular speed, and this is fast fall speed. So now, how do we do this? Our short hop is performed by Pressing jump and releasing jump before your character finishes their jump squat animation. This can be difficult to perform, but just keep practicing it. If you can't seem to get this technique, try focusing on tapping the button really quickly or very lightly, and you should get it. This technique is much easier with X and Y. You should be using the buttons to jump, not the stick. This is like I said earlier. Plus, jumping with the stick is not good for wave dashing either. Now the fast fall. Just hold down on the left stick at any point after you have reached the peak of your jump. And that's it. That's it for short hopping and fast falling. Combine these two techniques and you'll be looking pretty good. Now for the next technique, wave dashing. If you shield in the air, you'll perform an air dodge. You can also perform a moving air dodge by moving the left stick while air dodging. If you do this quickly enough and tilt the stick diagonally downwards left or right, you will slide on the ground and carry the momentum. And while you slide, you can perform attacks as well. This is a very good defensive option as well as offensive. Your goal when you wave dash is not to come off the ground. This is called a sloppy wave dash. If you do, you just need to be a little bit faster and work on your timing. That's all. This is your goal, to perform a perfect wave dash. You can also wave dash out of shield, since you are able to jump out of shield. Combine the jumping out of shield and a wave dash, and you'll have many options at your disposal. Okay guys, we're almost done. Lastly, we'll talk about L canceling. Now this is a common misconception. The L in L cancel stands for the word lag, not the L button. Like I said, common misconception. So basically, the whole point of an L cancel is cutting the landing lag of aerial moves in half. This allows for quicker movement and higher combo potential, since you are able to do other things out of the lag faster. To perform an L cancel, you can press L, R, or Z right before you hit the ground, or more specifically, 11 frames or less. This is about a sixth of a second. A great way to practice this is to turn on the training codes in the 20XX Training Hack Pack. This is done by going to the debug mode, training codes, and L cancel options. You can make it so you flash red on unsuccessful or white unsuccessful, or both. When you practice this enough, it becomes second nature, and you won't even have to think about it. If you're wondering what I do, I personally use the C-stick for aerial moves and the right trigger to L cancel. I find this to be the most efficient and quickest way for my hands to do what I want them to do. Alright guys, this just about wraps up the first episode of my Melee guide for the road to competitive. Let me know what you guys think, if you like it, what you didn't like, the format, whatever. I will take any criticism you have, whether it be good or bad. I sincerely apologize to those who have been waiting for the video. I kept saying I was going to make it. I didn't want to, and I did. I wrote the script. I didn't do the voiceovering until like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later after I wrote the script. I kept procrastinating, so any positive feedback will greatly help and help motivate me to make more. Now the next part. The next part is up to you guys. Let me know what techniques you want me to cover. What don't you know how to do? Was something too convoluted and you didn't understand what I was saying? Maybe I can help explain it to you better in the next episode or in a comment. Please guys, the comments are there for not just for you, but for me, for your feedback. I will respond to anything you guys got. If you want to know how to get the 20XX Training Hack Pack, I actually have a video on my channel already on how to get it, but I'm going to make another one on how to get the newest one, because someone requested that on one of my other videos. So I'm going to be doing that as well. And just remember guys, stay persistent, keep practicing, and don't give up. That's the worst thing that can happen. If you're struggling, just keep practicing or ask friends for help. That wraps it up for today guys. I enjoyed making this. Remember guys, don't let anybody stand in your way. We're going to aim for the top, and we're going to get there. That's what I'm talking about. See you guys in the next one. This is a regular jump, and this is just lightly tap the button. It's not even about if you can't, if you do, you just need to work on your timing. That's all, just a little bit faster. This is your goal, to perform a perfect wave dash. A short hop is performed by pressing X or Y and releasing the button. A short hop is